Hello everyone, we are from Team Phoenix and today we will be presenting on our web application called Phoenix Education. My team members are Francis, Tedney, Ninanda, Lee Kim Young and myself Kavya. So let's get started. For today's agenda, we will be going through the overview of the application, the use case description, the functional requirements of our application, the non-functional requirements and the software engineering practices that we have implemented. We will also go through the two specific use cases and its information such as the class diagram, sequence diagram, etc. So let's get started on our application overview. Phoenix Education is an application that provides students and their guardians to find the right courses matching the students' interest. Phoenix Education is able to provide the courses based on its popularity in terms of the highest starting salary of a fresh graduate. It also shows you the possible types of jobs that you can have after choosing a particular career field. You can also easily bookmark your favorite courses or your schools to easily access them. And last but not the least, you can easily log in through Facebook, which is an added option for login. So overall, Phoenix Education is a web page that acts as a one-stop solution for all the possible related information that a student might need when deciding which university or polytechnic to go to and also on which course they need to select. Now let's look at the use case diagram. For the application, we have our user entity who will be logging in, and for the login you can either call the Facebook API or the user database itself. And once the user is logged in, user has various features inside the web app such as searching by keywords, selecting the interested field or searching the institution. For these three options, the particular institution course result will be displayed. Additionally, user can also check the school rankings, or user can search the popular courses or also the various career choices. The data is displayed using various external sources. So the first thing for the course data for a particular institution is being called from data.gov.sg API. And for the ranking, we are using the ranking website and web scraping the data to get the rankings. And finally, we have our project database to get the popular courses and the career choices. Now let's move on to the functional requirements. So we mainly have the login, which can be the normal login or the Facebook login. Then the main page that the user sees when they log in. We have the institution list that displays the institution and also the courses inside each institution. We have the category list, we have the rankings for the institutions. We also have the search bar, popular courses, career choices, and the favorites bookmarking, and finally the logout features. I will be going through all these functional requirements during the demo at the later part of this presentation. Now let's look at the non-functional requirements or the software engineering practices that we have implemented. So under usability, we have actually considered few items such as for the search bar that I mentioned earlier, user should be able to easily reset the search field. Also, user should be able to retrieve the results without entering the full complete word. User is also able to return to the home page by just clicking on the home page logo in the navigation bar. This navigation bar is displayed on all the pages for the quick access to other pages. Next, in terms of reliability, like mentioned before, the search bar is very reliable. User does not have to enter the full word. They are easily able to enter just a part of the word and get the results for that particular keyword. In terms of performance, the system is able to display and load all the pages with its data in less than a second. For the search bar as well, the data is displayed with the user's search condition again in less than a second. In terms of supportability, we have a replaceable data where in the future, if you have more courses or universities, it can be easily added. And lastly, this website can be accessed over internet through various platforms such as mobile phones or your PC. Now let's look at the first use case for login. So to implement this, we have considered few software engineering practices, such as for extendability, we are using a database for the user's data, which can be easily manipulated. For the ease of access, we have also added Facebook login and also a create new account so that users can easily log in through Facebook instead of setting up a new account. And for those who do not have, we are asking them to set up a new account. In terms of reliability, because we are calling the Facebook API, you can consider that the app is fully secure and the data is not getting breached anywhere. For the use case login class diagram, we are mainly using the login controller, which is our controller file that have various methods such as the insert user, check user, verify user, and the retrieve user. These functions help to authenticate the user and add a new user, remove a user, etc. And this is being displayed in the app boundary class. For the sequence diagram of the login, we have the user that clicks on the login in the login UI. Upon doing so, it goes to the verify users method to the login controller. This login controller further gets the user credential from the user's profile and returns the information. So if the user exists, then it returns successfully. It double checks if the password is correct and then it returns successfully. If the password is incorrect, it displays the error message and asks the user to re-enter. And additionally, for the login, we also have the sign up. So upon clicking sign up in the login, it calls the insert user method in the login controller, and the login controller sends the insert user credentials to the user profile database. We also talked about the FB login. So that happens to the FB login method in the login UI, after which the Facebook authorization is done using the Facebook API. During the Facebook API authorization, it checks the username and gets the user credentials and returns it, and then it also inserts it to the project database. And finally, the successful login is displayed to the user. Now let's look at the test cases. For the test cases, I will actually do the live demonstration to check each item. So let's look at our app. So this is Phoenix Edu. So for the first test case will be with the wrong username and the wrong password. So the expected result should be invalid username or password. Now let me test it out. For this particular username which does not exist, let me try a fake password as well. And let me try to log in. It actually prompts me that I have entered an invalid username or password, which is the expected result. Now let me try another wrong username. Let me stick to the same one and then enter the correct password. Again, it shows me the invalid username or password, which is again the correct expected result for the second case. Now let me try the correct name and the wrong password. So for the correct name, let me use this. For the wrong password, let me try this wrong password. So it shows me the invalid username or password, which is again the expected result. And lastly, let me try the correct username and the correct password. So the correct username is this, and the password, let me try the correct password and log in. Yep, I'm able to log in to the web page. Now let me also try another method to log in. So let me log out first. Now we are going to test the login with Facebook. So I've already opened up my Facebook here, and you can see here that I've actually already authorized this application. So if you come here and check, you can see I've already logged into my Facebook and authorized the Phoenix Edu application. So that means I should be able to go in successfully. So let me try that. Login with Facebook. You see, so I'm able to go in through Facebook as well. Okay, so now that we are inside the application, now let's look at the various features in the application. So first thing is the home page that we see here. We have the ranking, category, institutions, and we have few other things at the bottom. I will be going through that later on. So first let's check one by one. We will explore the institution first. So under the institution icon, I am able to see all the polytechnics in Singapore and also all the universities in Singapore. So if I click on a particular polytechnic, I am able to see all the courses belonging to that polytechnic. Additionally, I also have an option to favorite a particular course. So if I want to favorite this diploma in chemical engineering, I just click on this favorite button, and you can see that it's added to my favorite list. So Temasek Polytechnic Diploma in Chemical Engineering. This is another one that I've added earlier. Let me remove it. I can easily remove it by clicking on this X button. So if you look at it, it's already gone. So besides the specific courses, let's say I want to favorite the whole courses in Temasek Polytechnic. I can also do that by clicking this button here for the favoriting the whole page. So you see the whole page for the Temasek Polytechnic is getting saved here under my favorites. So let me go back to the home page. So additionally, the university also works in the same way. So if I search NTU, I'm able to see the NTU courses. Okay, moving on. Now let's look at the category field. So category, if you go inside, we have various categories to choose from. Let me choose engineering. So if I choose engineering, it actually shows me all the schools that offer engineering and also the link to the particular school. So for Nanyang, we have this link. For Nian, we have this link. Similarly, we have these links that redirect user to the specific school. We also have that for institution as well, where if we click on a specific link, it actually redirects to the user to that specific course in the poly over here. Now let's go back. Okay, now let's look at the ranking. The ranking shows me the Singapore University ranking for all of the universities in Singapore. It also shows me the local ranking as well as the world ranking. So keep in mind that the world rank is including all the universities in the world. So hence the ranking is like this. Now going back to the home page, if you scroll down, we also have this popular courses page. So this popular courses here actually shows me the top 10 popular courses. So this data is based on the GES report. So it shows me the highest paying courses for a fresh graduate. So I can also click here to view all the popular courses. So it takes me to the whole page. So it has based on the starting salary of a fresh graduate for that particular course. Now let me go back. And this is just a quick summary of the top 10 popular course. So that's all on the popular courses. Let me move further down and see what else do we have. We have this option to choose career based on interest. So let's say I'm interested in a particular field. I would like to know what kind of job I can do in under that field. So, example, if I pursue a career under agriculture, these are the possible kind of jobs that come under this category. Similarly, let me try another one like legal. So these are the possible jobs that I could have under the legal career field. So yep, this is the quick overview on this web page. So we also have the nav bar for our web page. So it has various features like institution that have the quick link to the polytechnics or the universities. So if a user clicks on a particular poly, let's say Singapore Poly for an example, it actually takes the user to the courses list for the Singapore Poly. Similarly, the user can also click browse all to view all of the universities. We also have another drop down for the courses where user can search based on category. So let's say if the user wants to search for engineering, it actually shows all the engineering courses. And lastly, we have the my favorites. So I've already added few favorites inside. So let's say if I want to add an additional page, so I just simply click on the favorites button and it gets added as well. So to remove, let me simply remove by closing it. Okay, and now let's come to the last and one of the most main features of our search. This is our search bar. So for the search bar, let me go through the use case description first. So for the search bar, in terms of the good software engineering practices, we have considered speed. So the user is able to search for input and get the relevant result in less than a second. There's also the ease of access. The user is able to return the search result even if the user have not typed in the full exact word. So let me go through the class diagram as well. So we have the search controller that gets the school list from the school controller and the category list from the category controller, and has a specific search institution and the search category methods to search the respective keyword. Finally, this is being displayed in the app boundary class. For the sequence diagram, we have the user that types in the keyword to the search UI and clicks in the search button. Then the search results method is called to the search controller, which in turn calls the search institution to the school controller. And if there's any unit list inside the project data, it returns the institution list. Otherwise, it searches in the category based on the keyword entered by user. If there's any category inside the project database, then it returns the category courses as well. So this is for the sequence diagram. Now let's move on to the test cases. For the test cases, first we will test by typing out the full institution keyword. For example, Temasek Polytechnic. So we will try to enter the full keyword exactly like how it is. So like this, and now let me try to search. So you see it's actually able to return the result for Temasek Polytechnic. Now let me go back. Let me test the second use case. Our first one, we already got the expected result. For the second case, let me try to put an incomplete keyword like maybe Tema instead of Temasek Polytechnic. Now, we are not even going to put Temasek, we will just put the first four letters. So let me try that and search. So you see, even after searching for Tema, I'm still able to get the result for that particular keyword. Now lastly, let me try the incomplete category keyword. So for categories, we have few categories such as architecture, engineering, etc. So let me just type ENG and see if it's getting the result. So let me search. So you see, I'm actually able to return all the courses under engineering category. Okay, now let me go back. So besides this, let me see what happens if I search for Polytechnic. It actually returns me all of the polytechnics in the database. So that's all for the search feature. So that concludes our demonstration. So we hope you enjoyed this app and find it useful. So that's it. Let me log out now. Bye bye.